Alrighty. Well, I'm sure this is fine. I had to spend fucking that's why I was a little nervous now. I had to update my audio drivers on my laptop because I was getting crackling when listening to music on headphones. So like with obviously with nicer headphones, you can hear pretty much everything. And so earlier I was listening to music and there's this crackling in my left ear, and I was like, what the fuck, are these headphones broken? I was like, no, they can't be broken. I treat these things better than I treat my own penis.
All right, so I'll do a little quick re-intro this time. I'll take over.
My man.
I think this is episode 82, correct?
Correct.
I'm assuming.
You should.
Yeah, it's still COVID-19, Corona lockdown. Not much has changed since the last time, except it's warmer now. It's a little bit warmer. That's it.
Yeah, now we have to worry about global warming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that people are off the roads, apparently Venice is doing well with their clear water and fucking dolphins and shit. But the city's still going to sink into the ocean. So, so it's not going to work out that well. But
no, exactly.
Yeah, I think things are going okay. The UK is apparently rated second worst after the United States in terms of dealing with this pandemic.
You know it. Why would we do it any other way?
Why would the UK do it any different? And I was reading actually recently, some people were complaining about having to pay visa fees when going to certain European nations from the UK in the future. So you have to pay like either a £6 or like an £8 or £12 visa fee.
Right.
Whereas before, of course, you didn't have to do that because of the EU and open borders and such. But these people are like, why do we have to pay these visas? It's like, well, because now you're going into a different country. Like you are not into a agreement with, an alliance with, basically. And people are complaining about that and, obviously not being able to skip through customs. It hasn't been so much of a problem with Corona or whatever. But
right.
If this hadn't have happened, people would have. I got to remove this cat from the dining table here.
Okay. Get him out. Get him out of there. So, yeah, so for those of you joining for the first time ever, you're, hey, kitty. Hey, Boris. Oh, no, what's his name?
Bob,
not Boris. So, yeah, for you guys just joining, I'm Lucas, that's Tim.
Yes.
And I'm based in London. Tim's based in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, most beautiful place on the planet. And I'm living in the second worst hit country in the world for coronavirus.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're getting Brexit done, so...
Yeah, but I mean, those damn immigrants aren't coming in and stealing our jobs, and we aren't sending 4 million or 400 million pounds to the EU every year, which I don't think that was an accurate number. Wasn't that a big bus that they had driven around, or?
Yeah, there was a big bus that said 350 million to EU every week or something. It was like, we can use that money to the NHS. Just turns out that was a made up number.
Yeah, that amount of money seems unsustainable. Like, the country wouldn't exist if you were paying that much money to the EU.
Exactly.
Plus, Germany's the powerhouse. They're the ones pulling all the weight in the EU, apparently.
Yeah, Germany and France. Yeah.
Oh, this little fucking guy. Oh, he's gone through the kitchen now.
Okay, good.
Douchebag. All right, you just talk about something. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, Tim goes, actually, it's funny. This is a good time to bring up our mice problem that we've had here. We haven't had a mouse problem. We've only seen them twice. And we think they come up from in the building. So I live in an apartment building that has multiple units in it, obviously. And we think these mice come up through the little, through the space or the plumbing. Hello, I'm talking about the mice problem to myself. And so we've seen mice a couple of times.
In your apartment?
Yeah, only twice.
Oh, your flat, sorry?
Yeah, in our flat, exactly. And so we've laid out mouse traps now, and Jenna actually plugged up some of the holes where we think they come out of. So we actually haven't seen them in a while and haven't caught anything in the mouse trap. So it would be nice maybe if we had a cat. The cat would just hunt them.
Yeah, fucking murder them. I don't have anything as big as mice, but I've been sometimes seeing silverfish around.
What are those? What are
They're like these little like
yeah.
silvery bugs. They're kind of like the same size as. I don't know what to compare them to. They're not very big. Like you can
Right.
squish them under your foot, no problem. But like I've seen like and it's very once in a while. It's like every 2 or 3 weeks, one will just pop out somewhere, and I'm like, where the fuck are these things coming from? Is it like, is it good that they're like, is it okay that they're around? Is it like, I don't know, is it like ants? Like I don't know what the benefits or detriments of silverfish are.
Are they bad? Is the question?
Are
Do they be
silverfish bad? You know what? They're taking our jabs and they're taking their welfare and yeah.
Yeah, can't allow these immigrants anymore.
Who knows?
So no, it's been. I mean, I guess it's been about been a month since we spoke.
Somewhere around there.
Something
I mean,
about that.
honestly, it all blends in to one another when you're laid off.
And doing nothing every single day.
Yeah, it's really like, I don't know. We can probably talk about a comparison between our experiences because you're working from home, but you're still working.
Yes.
Like there is no light at the end of the tunnel in terms of when the lockdown will be lifted enough for me to go back to work, at least in the same job I was in before. So now I'm having to look like, oh, well, maybe I could do something else throughout the summer to keep me busy, or that I can do something to maintain sanity.
Right.
Because, I mean, some people may feel differently, but I feel like it's nice to have a structure, like a job or school or something to motivate you, to keep you going, and to make your free time feel a little bit more special. When all your time is free time, it's so fucking boring, man.
You don't feel special, Tim? Tim.
No.
I can make you feel special.
Okay.
KY makes lube. I mean, damn it. I was going to say KY makes products for that. Yeah, right.
No, but I mean, like, when all your time's free time, it kind of loses its luster a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, it's funny you say that because I just had 3-day weekend here. It was a long weekend in the UK, and even like obviously couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. Usually a long weekend probably spent. We were actually supposed to be in Amsterdam this weekend, and it didn't feel. Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head there. It's without a structure, without something to give you like a drive to do. It's tough. Yeah. It's real tough.
Exactly.
For me, I mean, obviously I have a day job where I work remotely, and I actually have work to do since I started a new job very recently. Now I actually have work to do, and I'm getting into the swing of things. It's a lot easier to drive myself every day to get out of bed, for one. The other thing I'm finding a lot easier to do now is, which I didn't, not as easy, but I'm finding it easier to just disconnect from my phone and stuff a lot easier. Like I know nothing's going off in the world, so I can just put my phone in a completely different room for a whole 10 hours. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to just sort of like snap and, oh, coronavirus is fixed, and now all of a sudden your friend's messaging you and saying like you should go out. Yeah, exactly. So that is a very different for me. But I do feel sympathy. I do not envy you for having no prospects. When do you think the soonest you'll be back in the tourism industry?
Well, BC released their plan earlier this week, like their phase 2 and phase 3 and phase 4 plans. So right now they're slowly, I think it's mid-May, they're going to relax everything here to where certain restaurants can open up again with social distancing restrictions. Parks are going to open up again, and a few other services. And then slowly they're going to phase things back in. But they gave a rough estimate for like international tourism is not going to resume until at least August, September, something like that.
Wow.
So obviously that's where a lot of the business comes from. So I could go back to work in September, but that's when the season slows down anyways. So
right.
I would be going back to a part-time job rather than a full-time job. And the whole idea with what I did last year was I worked a shitload in the summer and then saved all that money up and kept, my spending down a little bit so I could go part-time through the winter and not have to get 2 jobs not have to work 2 jobs to earn full-time income.
Yeah.
But I won't be able to do that this time, so I'm probably gonna find another job in September in addition to my current position if that current position goes back. But I mean, it still seems like jobs like field work is still available because I live in Ladner. It's just outside Vancouver. A lot of farms around, so I might
Right.
just go work at a farm and pick some fucking berries off bushes and shit.
Like during the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
that'd
lot,
be-
a lot of places are hiring to start in June, so like start in a few weeks. And
Sweet.
it's just something to get outside and do something. In essence,
Yeah, it would be nice.
I mean, it's social distance anyways because you're not like sitting next to somebody picking berries off a bush. Like you're all separate throughout the field, right? So
there's
I
no
thought, like-
cubicles on the farms, I guess.
yeah, exactly. So I figured like, oh well, that's a good way to get outside, maybe meet some people at a distance, of course.
Of course.
But occupy myself to the point where I feel like, oh, it's not just wake up, eat breakfast, drink a little bit of coffee, and then just do whatever.
Yeah,
all
what is
day.
that? What is that? Whatever been for you? What is? What's
I
chewing your
played
time
through.
up?
I absolutely demolished the Mass Effect trilogy again.
Oh,
because
wow.
I'm a big fan of those games and that world. And I was like, one day I just got the urge. I was like, I'm gonna play it, and I played Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 3 back to back. Looking at the save files, Mass Effect 1, I played like 20 hours of that. Mass Effect 2 is like 25, 26 hours. And then Mass Effect 3 is like 32 hours. So that's like almost 80 hours
Damn.
of just playtime. And it doesn't even feel like it took that long because I was able to do it all throughout the day and, at night and whatever. Because there's
Yeah.
no job in the way and there's not like you're not tired from work. So sometimes you don't want to play games when you're tired. You just want to relax or whatever. I absolutely just blew through it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I thought that would kill so much more time than it did. I go on a daily walk now, whether
Good.
it's alone or with Sarah or whatever. I was cycling quite a lot, but now it seems like there's a lot more people back out on the road and stuff. So I
Okay.
cycle less and just keep walking.
Are you using my bike by any chance?
No, Dad is.
Oh, Dad is. Okay.
He hasn't actually
I
ridden
hope-
it. He hasn't actually ridden it, but it's at his house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
I think
hoping
he's
someone would
gonna-
get some use out of that because I was
Yeah.
going to say that's something I was looking at this week was to get a bike over here because being restricted to use like obviously London is just it's amazing because
Well, the
of
underground's
public
probably
transit.
closed, isn't it?
It's like you're not supposed to use it unless you're working an essential job.
Oh.
So
It's like doctors, nurses, whatever.
yeah, grocery store workers, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to be using it unless you're one of those. So, but the streets are just empty. There's no one on in downtown and like the core of London. There's just the red buses. The big red buses are the only thing that are basically running in terms of vehicles.
Yeah.
So there's so much space to bike. And they have those like rent a bike areas, like drop off, pick
Oh,
up,
yeah.
drop off. And all those stations yesterday, we went for a walk yesterday.
Empty.
All
or-
those stations were empty. It was crazy. There's so
Brutal.
many people biking yesterday.
Damn.
No, we didn't use them. But
What's the weather been like? Pretty good.
yesterday was really nice. It was like 24 degrees sunny here yesterday. And then today it was 13 degrees, windy and rain and climate changey. So
England.
yeah, it was exactly what you'd expect from a climate that's changing.
Yeah, it's
So-
been really, really warm here. So people have, like, at least in the last few weeks, I've noticed a lot of people just really, like, not staying at home.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
I mean,
Hitting the
it's
fuck
cool
button.
to, like, go outdoors, but, like, it seems like people are just like, well, they've released their phase 2 plan. They're saying they're going to relax things. So everything's over, right? Everything's done. And it's like, it doesn't seem like that's kind of
That's
the
not how this
case
works.
here. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if that'll continue to happen or if there's going to be like a second wave, as they call it.
Oh, there will be, and I think there'll be so many more people dying from it. This first wave will look like child's play.
Child's play.
This coronavirus don't give a fuck what
Yeah.
phases the government puts in. It's like, I'm gonna kill some bitches. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, I got a friend who I went to high school with who's very much, he's one of those people on Facebook who posts like all these anti-government memes and stuff.
Oh,
And
excellent.
it's like, they're just doing it to control you and control your rights, man. And, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, but like,
Not
there's
when
people
your
out there
opinion's wrong, Tim.
protesting. Are there people protesting in the UK?
Yes, and it blows my mind that people can actually. Do you know what? Even the French, who are known for being protesters, are
Yeah,
not
that's what they're good
protesting.
at. Yeah, because they realize it's serious. Like there's people out
Exactly.
in front of um, legislatures here all across Canada protesting like we want our freedom, like freedom to do what we want. I want to get a haircut and shit. And it's like, just cut your own hair. I cut my own hair a few days ago. I don't know if you can see, like on the side,
You look fly as
it's all
hell.
gone. I just cut my own hair.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. I mean, let your hair grow. And like, I don't want to cut my own hair. Well, just let it grow. Like it's not a problem.
I know.
In the
I mean,
grand
you're just
scheme of
seeing me
things.
like play with my hair now. Of like, this is the longest been since I was probably like 12. I just constantly play with it because I'm like, it's so long, even though it's not long in the scheme of. Yeah, exactly.
grow it more. Grow it more. No, I mean, it's, yeah, I don't get what. I mean, hairdressers are one of those things that's going to open up in phase 2 in BC, and people are like, oh, thank God. It's like, what's it, like, you're supposed to stay home anyways. No one's going to see your fucking hair.
No, exactly.
It's like that.
That's
There's
really,
an
really
Italian
funny.
mayor who was like, no one's going to be able to see you because it's going to be a closed casket funeral when you after you gotten your haircut and your coronavirus has killed you. I don't know. He said it a lot better, but he was yelling at his constituents because they were like, we want to get a haircut. He's like, no one's going to be able to fucking see your permed haircut in your goddamn coffin. I was like, yeah, this guy gets it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the protests, the birth of Elon's child, which it just and no one can pronounce the kid's name.
Yeah,
This guy,
Elon's
like-
gone off the fucking deep end. Like, and it was a quick. I mean, he's been weird for a while, but it was a quick acceleration to absolute madness.
You know what it probably was? He was probably had this like sounding board when he came into work. He was allowed to go into the factory every day, into Tesla or SpaceX or whatever. He was allowed to go in there, just spew this absolute crazy shit out. And people around him were eating it up. They're like, yeah, I love you, Elon. I will suck your balls and I will eat up everything that you say. But now
Right.
he was like forced to stay at home. There's no one to
So there's no one to
listen
check
him.
his bullshit, basically. There's no
Or
one
even
be
just to like feed
Elon,
his
that's
ego.
a-" Yeah, that's
Exactly.
fair.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, so that's why I mean, he's like, his kid was born. He's like, xylophone. That's what I'm naming my kid. I don't even know how to say the kid's name. I don't know.
It's got fucking math equations in it. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. And I thought like, you know, naming your kid like Apple or some shit was dumb. This is fucking dumb.
Next level takes the cake.
It's really out of control. And then he's saying like, oh, we got people, get people back to work. Apparently Tesla's suing one of their state governments to go back to be able to open their factory again. It's just like, oh. It's like, fucking just get real. I mean, you have a lot of good things happening. Like Ryan Reynolds has been all over the news, like donating money left and right. He's helping a lot of charities up here in Canada and down in the United States. And there's like a lot of these people who are like doing great things. Like Lady Gaga organized a huge donation from a bunch of different people. And then you got people like Elon Musk, who's like, I don't know, like fucking, I know better than everyone else. It's like, dude, just fucking just stay in your lane, bro. Like, we know you're good at whatever you do, but like, just let the people who fucking know what they're fucking talking about. Anyways, I'm fine. I'm not mad about it.
No, you seem really upset. Have you read any books, Tim? What have you done besides play video games?
Nothing really. I watched Battlestar Galactica.
Nice. We talked about that last time.
A fantastic. I finished it since we last spoke, and it lives. It's a good show through and through, all the way from the beginning to end.
Awesome.
It is good, and honestly, I think Jenna was giving me shit about it last time. She might like it.
Yeah. The thing is with Jenna, she's super headstrong, and she won't like. It takes a lot to convince her
Because it
of
wasn't her
something.
idea.
Exactly. It has to be her idea, which is, I mean, it's annoying, but what are you going to do about it? So I've just
Bitches, am I right?
I've become really good. I've been really good at Inception. I've just had to get really good at Inception. So making people think
That it was
it's their idea. You know.
Smart.
So don't tell her that. I mean, edit this part out, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Don't leave it in.
Yeah. She's not gonna listen. Does she listen?
No, she doesn't listen. I'm
No, she
listening to
doesn't
our podcast.
because
She's
it
like,
wasn't her idea. It wasn't
no,
her idea.
exactly.
So. She's like, no.
She'll never know.
Yeah. It is Mother's Day.
It is Mother's
I'm gonna
Day.
go see Mom later.
That's good.
That's about it.
That's it.
That's all I have to say about this day.
Well, I messaged her That's it.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
all I have to say about
I
it.
did that this morning. I also said I promised Dad I would bring flowers, but I haven't bought them yet, and I'm worried because I'm gonna go try and buy them on the way.
Oh, good luck. You're not. They're already sold out.
Yeah,
Sorry, bud.
yeah. So we're just gonna. It's either gonna be I'm gonna buy the last bouquet, or I'm gonna pull some like dandelions out of the concrete outside the store. Here,
Great.
Mom, I got your flowers.
Got your flowers. Yeah, don't. I wouldn't count on it.
Oh well.
Wouldn't count on it. Do you know what I did today though? I baked baguettes. There you
Ooh,
go.
ooh la la, c'est
I
bon.
know. C'est très bon. And then the other day, I made pizza dough on Friday. Do all the yeasty things, because that's the only thing Jenna lets me do because she doesn't have the patience for baking or for baking bread. Fuck, she bakes everything else. Like we've got these carrot muffins here.
Damn.
She was gonna bake little pastries this evening, little dessert pastries, but she was too tired and didn't. But just because of her, she's in pretty much the same position as you. She has literally nothing to do. She had her boredom. She's almost gone through the whole, like, Modern Family got released on Netflix here on Monday or something, and she's almost finished season 8.
It also. Oh, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
Holy
that's where she's at.
It's Sunday. Like, that's 6 days. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
8 seasons? Are you fucking kidding me?
She just has it on always. Like, she's one of those people who just
Oh, it's
watches
background
things.
noise.
It's
Oh.
background noise. Yeah, exactly.
That's why, like, yeah, she wouldn't be able to watch Battlestar Galactica. It's one thing where you do have to pay attention.
Right.
And it's not like it's work to watch a show like that. But, you know, there's little details dropped in and here and there where you only get if you focus.
Yeah,
'Cause I
exactly.
don't know if I spoke about this last time, but Sarah's come over a couple times while I've been watching it. And she'll sit down next to me and watch it while I'm watching. And then she'll ask me, like, oh, what's going on with this? What's going on with this? And progressively, as I got through the show, she would keep coming back at random spots. She's like, what happened with this character? I thought they were X, Y, and Z. I was like, yeah, well, this and this and this has happened ever since. So this has happened. And she's like getting invested in it. I was like, why don't you just fucking watch the show? Anyway.
So true. It is.
But
so
yeah, you said, like, have you read any books? I've tried. One problem that I'm encountering now that I'm at home all the time is I'm very sensitive to other sounds that I don't create. So, like, I can hear the garage is opening because I'm kind of just above the garage where I am. So I can hear it opening through the floor right now. There's these steel grates that is for draining water that cars drive over to get into the garage. I can hear that every time someone drives over. It is very loud, to be fair.
Yeah.
Considering it's going through a concrete floor. And then, like, my neighbors above me have every single hinge in their apartment is squeaky, and they do not fix them. And I've tracked them sometimes from the kitchen. They got squeaky things in the kitchen. They got
Yeah.
squeaky things in the bathroom. They got squeaky things in their main bedroom, which is above my bedroom.
Right.
So I can track that. And then they also have insomnia. So the other night, I heard them were walking around at 1:30 in the morning, opening and closing these fucking squeaky ass hingy doors. And then, yeah, there's little things like the neighbor upstairs plays guitar and sings sometimes, and I'm at the back door where people go in and out of the building. So I always I'm a very distracted reader. Is where I was going with this.
Yeah.
So
that
if
makes
like
sense.
if there's any disruption whatsoever, I'm gonna like try and figure out what's going on. It's like when
Yeah.
I try and read in public, I can't do it because I have to look at people. I have to look at who's walking. I have to people watch. I have to like assess the environment, assess the situation. So I've had a really hard time like getting into like quieter activities like reading, for example.
Right.
Or yeah, really anything where that requires a little bit extra focus.
So what kind of books would you try and read usually then?
I'm trying to read 2 right now, Fahrenheit 451.
Okay.
I'm about halfway through that, and then I'm also reading this book by C.S. Lewis called Out of the Silent Planet. But I've been trying to read that for months now, and I've been having troubles with it. I just can't really.
What kind of book is it? Like
It's
they're both
sci-fi.
Okay.
So the basic premise is that you follow this guy named Ransom, and he is a linguist or something back in England. And he's walking. He decides to take a sabbatical and like go away. He's a professor or something, and he goes on this hike across the country, like a 3-week walking tour, or whatever. And then he happens upon this house right when he needs to go to sleep because his nearest hotel's way, way too far away. So he wants to see if these people would let him stay in an extra room or something. He gets invited in. They drug him and put him onto a spaceship and send him into space.
Okay.
So then he lands on this planet which can support life, and he finds that there's like other life forms there, and the people who drugged him and kidnapped him went along with him. So there's the three of them on this planet. Then it's basically what happens after that happens, and then it's part of a trilogy. So it's the first part of a trilogy. So Sarah said the second book is really, really good. So I want to like read the first one, get set up for it, then go on to the second one.
Have you ever thought about? I mean, I understand the like getting distracted while you're reading because I'm like that as well. I mean, I wish we'd inherited the trait from our mom that we could just read anywhere.
She just absorbs information.
Yeah. But have you ever like just putting headphones on and putting music on that has no lyrics and trying to?
I've not done that. No. Does that help?
Try that. Yeah. I like listening to like classical music helps me, or like jazz or something like that with no lyrics. So no distracting words, or your body can, your mind can just focus on the, on the one. And then that might help you. I mean, books are, reading is good. It is good for time.
Yeah,
passing.
it does keep your mind active and stuff. Like, I mean, I read news. Well, I mean, it's all the same thing right now. You read about COVID-19. But like, exactly. I try and read like news and whatever. And when someone links an article somewhere, I actually try and read the article. But yeah, I've become a little bit fidgety during this pandemic. Like, I'll start doing one thing and I'll get distracted and I'll do something else. And I'll get distracted from that and I'll do something else. So like, there'll be little periods where the apartment will just get really messy over a couple of days, just because I don't do those little things just to keep it good. I don't know if it's that, like, whether it's cabin fever or what, whether it's just my own personality trait. But
right.
Yeah, it's been weird, man. It's been really weird. It's like I've fallen into a time vortex.
That's the thing too. A lot of people have said, I mean, I called a friend of mine the other day and I was like, I'm sorry it's taken me so long to call you. And then I thought about it, I was like, yeah, how long? It had been 2 weeks. And I thought it'd been like
a few days.
It's a few days since I hadn't called them.
Yeah. So in 5 days, it'll be May 15th. I think I did my last day of work March 15th. So it's almost 2 months.
Wow.
And that's the longest. I think 2 months in my adult life is the longest I've gone without working, without having a job.
Doing something, yeah.
So even like in high school, going from high school, I had a job. College, I had a job right after college. And like in between these jobs, like the most I've ever had is 2 months. But I feel like, of course, this is going to push it further.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We're going into uncharted territory here where it's like, is my sanity going to be able to survive this next couple months? And I think I'm better off than most people because I'm very introverted in my hobbies.
Right.
Like in like entertaining myself, and in general, like I don't have to socialize to be okay. Like I know a lot of people really need that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with very minimal. Like mom, dad, and Sarah are pretty much the only people I have interacted with.
That's huge, dude. I just got Jenna and our roommates. That's
your fucking fault. So
yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're like, I'm gonna move to England.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this thing where I don't have any friends. Well, it turns out it's terrible.
That's right, you bitch. Yeah, that's right. Reap what you sow, you bitch. No, I mean, yeah, you got pretty much who you live with. Well, you get to probably chat with people online when you go to work, right?
Yeah, exactly. If everyone from work, which is a bit eerie as well, because it's I'll never have met these people in person. When I finally meet them in person,
it's gonna be wacky.
Built these like relationships like virtually. It's gonna be like it's almost gonna be like online dating where you don't know exactly what you're gonna get on the other side. You've seen a certain persona, and is that persona the same in person? I'm sure it's pretty close.
Or like you hear or you see a picture of your favorite radio host for the first time, and you're like, that's not at all what you look like in my head from listening to you for months or years or whatever. Like when we were in South Africa, there was Jeremy Mansfield. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He was a host of 94.7. Then he ended up hosting a TV show. And I saw him on the TV show. I was like, that's the guy that's on the radio? Does not at all look like he sounds. Like, looks so different.
To contrast that though, Wackhead Simpson looks exactly like you would expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Wackhead
There's certain
looks-
people who are like, oh, this is exactly what this guy looks like. In my head.
No, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to do. I just finished listening to the Anthony Jeselnik podcast. They just wrapped up their last episode of their current contract, and they had a section in their podcast where they were like headlines, and they talk about like some headlines, and it was like kind of refreshing. They would purposely find headlines that were not coronavirus related, which I really liked, because it's tough to. It's funny. This has been a great like unifier. This virus is bringing everyone has this in common. You have this in common with everybody, whether you're, like you say, if you differ in opinion with people in regards to going out and protesting the government's decisions, that's a totally different ball game. But you do have in common this virus. And I remember when it first started like coming out and people were first starting to stay at home, like early March here. I went to the post office, and I know no one uses those places anymore, but so I went to the post office. The lady says like, "Oh, it's been really quiet in here today," and I said, "Yeah, it's probably because of this like massive virus." And I said, She's like, "Yeah," but I was like, She's like, "I don't really know why everyone's so worried about it." In hindsight now, she probably feels pretty stupid, but
Yeah.
She just like, I was just like, well, at least if you have something in common with everyone who comes in today.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, okay, bye.
okay, well, just thanks for this service. Speaking of which, I do have to go back to the post. I have something else to send back to Amazon.
Can you hear that?
Oh, I can hear the cat. Yeah.
It's been like since, what's it, like 3 o'clock now? It's been like since 11 or 12. He's been on and off just like, fucking listen to me. I think it's gotten worse since the very first time I took him outside. So I feel like it's his desire to go outside. And I want to be careful because I'm kind of on a main road here. I'm at the back of the building, away from the main road, but it is pretty close to the main road, so he could easily get there.
He could get.
So I'm trying to like train him into coming back on his own.
How are you doing that?
I'm taking him out on a leash. I bought a little leash for like $8,
Okay.
like a cat leash. And put it on him, and then just let him walk around freely without holding onto the leash on the deck. And then when I go out onto the pavement, I like take him with the leash.
Okay.
And eventually I'm gonna let go of the leash, and then I'm gonna take the leash off and just leave the collar on, and then and like slowly like phase him into it, and then like draw him back with food and snacks and treats and stuff. So just so he knows where his bread's buttered, you know. So he knows what's it.
Yeah, that's it. Are you gonna put him on a diet though? He's fucking huge.
He is fucking huge. Dude was like, when I adopted him, 6.4 kilos, just like 13 something pounds, 14 pounds. I'm gone to the absolute minimum recommended amount of food that is on the side of the bag. So it says like, if your cat's between 4 and 6 kilograms, give him this much. So it's like, give him between this much and this much. I give him the absolute minimum.
Right.
But still, he eats like a fucking racehorse, and then he shits like a racehorse too. So I feel like it's just like he's just a big fucking cat who he was even fatter at one point, I think, because he's got so much excess skin. It's disgusting. You can actually grab all the way around his body and like just pull this like elasticy skin away from him. It's not like I feel like I'm describing it worse than it is.
Sounds like pizza dough, just like stretch it out.
He's just stretching him out, like knead it like some dough and make a pizza. And it's not as bad as I'm describing, but yeah, he's just a big one, man. He's just a fucking big guy.
So fucking funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, and he's got this big pouch of fat under. It's called a primordial pouch under his belly.
Oh yeah,
just hangs there. So when he runs, it sways from side to side. It's fucking gross.
It's just one of the funniest things to imagine.
It is
This
funny to
big
watch
cat.
too. I'll try and get it on video one time.
Okay.
Because when I have catnip in a bag. When I shake the catnip bag, he comes running like the fucking drug fiend he is. He's like freaking meth head.
Boy. Bobby, the big bellied
fucking
bastard.
bitch. Yeah.
That's funny. That's really funny. Awesome. What do you got planned for this week? What do you, besides reading a book and beating Mass Effect? Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. I just started playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Oh, that's a fucking great game.
a great game, Mass Effect-esque for sure. So
I when I first played that game, it was a couple years ago. Whenever it came out, I bought it because I played the prequel one before it and I loved it. So I bought this one, played it, and when I finished it, I immediately restarted the game on like the new game plus setting, whatever that is, where it like makes it harder and yeah, it's just more difficult. Basically, I think it is. Adds a couple more features, and usually you can carry over your upgrades and stuff from the original game. Because I mean, I just enjoyed it so much. I played it back to back, which I've not done with a lot of games.
yeah,
Before.
yeah. What I'm finding is enjoying it. I'm enjoying the side missions so much. I've only done 2 story missions. I'm like,
Yeah, the side missions are really good.
the side missions are so much fun, and like the stealth. I find myself just like saving constantly because I want to do a perfect stealth through. As soon as I get detected, I'm like, pause, load, last save. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's do this again.
And it's great because the game lets you can go full stealth if you want, or you can like set up your skills so that you're just a juggernaut that kills everything.
Right.
In
Yeah,
some cases,
exactly.
I don't know. Some missions I think are mandatory stealth, but if you want to,
gives
you
you the
can go
option.
through. The
Yeah, it
first
gives you the
game, I don't know if this is true in the second game. It probably is in the game that you're playing. But Deus Ex Human Revolution, you could go through the entire game without killing anybody. It was technically possible. And
Right.
I think they may have done that for the sequel too.
Definitely, it is definitely possible because you could. Well, the thing is, you knock people out. I'm not sure if that's the same as.
Yeah, it
Killing
is
them.
like the same where you just you knock people out, but you don't kill them. Like you don't
Right.
stab them or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you can go the whole game basically without killing anybody, which
There
is
you
the
go.
same as Dishonored if you've ever played that game.
No, I'm probably gonna. That's another. I really like the stealth games, so I was gonna get
Dishonored's
Hitman actually.
really good. It's just like Mankind Divided or Deus Ex, like you said. But it's a little more fantastical.
Yeah, I've
there's
seen
magic
like
and
you have
shit.
magic and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really good. And the sequel's good too because there's 2 different characters you can play as through the same story, but depending which character you pick, of course, the story's slightly different,
Okay.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, it's just like Deus Ex. It's really fun. Really fun.
Oh, so much fun. Yeah. So what are you gonna do this week? What's
I feel like I'm gonna try and be a little more productive this week and do something. Like maybe I don't know. Actually, I have a couple ideas, but that'll be my Monday morning task: is figuring out what the
course.
fuck
you're gonna do this week?
am I gonna do. And then maybe build a schedule for myself. Like, 4 hours a day, I'm gonna work on something, and then take a lunch break, and then the next 4 hours I'll clean or fucking do physical activity or something.
That sounds awesome.
4 hours is a long time to do physical
That is a
activity.
long time. That is a long
But yeah, I'll probably work on structuring my days a little bit better because right now it's very fluid. It's like I go to bed at random times, I wake up at random times. It's very non-structured, and I feel like if I go from that straight back into having a job, going back to work, it's just gonna blow my mind. Like I won't be able to figure myself out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll work on scheduling stuff a little bit better.
That's it. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have something at least you have to do Monday or Friday or whatever your schedule ends up being. Like having it something, if you set yourself accountable to something like that, it is a lot better.
Well, what about you? I mean, even though you're working, you still got to probably have a little more extra free time because there's no activities to go to or
Yeah,
sports to play or.
exactly. Yeah, so I'll probably work quite a lot this week actually because I'll be getting like bare knuckle into my job this week. So that'll be nice. But what I've been doing a lot recently is I bought some smart lights and I have some smart plugs.
Ooh la la.
And I connected them all up to a little Raspberry Pi, and that's basically what I'm messing with almost every single day. Is I'm doing my
Trying all the
best.
features and settings and shit.
Yeah, well, basically you can. You can. The fun part is a lot of them run on different networks and run on different like protocols, and so getting them all to talk to each other is a lot of fun. And getting the automations, that's one of the things. So I have. So, for instance, the main automation in the living room is when the TV turns on, the light above the TV turns off, and the rest of the lights stay on.
Oh, very fast. It's like coordinated through a central hub, like Google
Exactly.
or something.
Not through Google. So I've tried. That's one of the things I'm trying to do is keep it all local, so it stays on our network here. It doesn't actually go into the cloud at all.
Yeah, freaking Big Brother watching you.
Amen. So that's one thing. So this week, I'm actually going to be looking to set up a VLAN, so a virtual local area network that will host all of my smart equipment. So it never has access to the internet unless I give it specific access.
Cool.
So that'll be my challenge for this week.
So what kind of stuff did you buy? Did you buy those like Philips things? Because Philips has a lot of that stuff, and like
Yeah,
a lot of companies have them now. But
exactly. There's tons there. If you go on Amazon, there's I bought the like Chinese knockoff ones. They're all
Nice.
made in China. So, yeah, I've got that. I've got smart plugs as well. So they make your old plugs smart. You can just plug a light.
yeah, I've got a couple of those for from Costco, just
There you go.
for a couple, just so the lights turn on automatically because I'm on the ground floor.
Right.
I don't want people thinking I'm not home when I'm at nighttime.
Yeah. So I mean, with this Home Hub stuff, you can do is you can set it to come on at random times in a certain like time period. You can. What I have as well is I have the lights in the living room, all the lights around me here. As soon as the sun starts to set over 45 minutes, the lights get dimmer. Over 1% dimmer every 45 minutes,
Oh,
or for
dang.
35 minutes. So the lights aren't super bright when it's dark outside.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when it's the middle of the day and you turn the lights on, they're full brightness. They're trying to make
Dope.
the place nice and bright. So there's tons of stuff you can do with it, and that's basically what And now it's tough because now I've bought a motion sensor and a button that you can. It has multiple functionalities. What I'm going to do is set up the motion sensor in the hallway, put a smart light in there, so that when someone walks into the hallway, the light comes on automatically.
Nice. I have a motion sensing light in my bathroom,
There you go.
which is great, but it's also set up to turn off after 5 minutes. So if you're taking a very, very extendedly long poop and you're doing one of those like frozen in time sitting on your phone things, I've had it turn off on me before.
And it's
Because, you
pitch
know,
black in there.
You have those especially difficult poops.
Tim, you got to drink more water, but I know what you mean.
No, I've only had that happen once or twice, but it's mostly when I'm in the shower.
Oh,
I'm mostly in the shower because the shower curtain I have is not see-through,
Yeah, okay.
so it doesn't see you moving in there. So if
Yeah.
you're again taking a long shower, it cuts you off, which isn't too bad, but it just takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
It's a good timer
That's
too, because you're like, oh, the light turned off a second time. I've been in here way too long. I need to get out of here.
Time to go.
Because that's 10-minute mark basically. Get the fuck out of the shower, bro. But no,
So how does that sensor work?
That's one thing I have tried to do a little bit. Is a little bit of home improvement because the like some shelves in the cupboards I have here, it feels like they haven't been replaced since the building was built in like 1989.
Right.
They're these old shelves and it looks like they're like pulling holes in the wall. They're too heavy, like they're slowly falling through the drywall.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna replace those and I'm gonna like add some stuff in the kitchen to hang pans on and whatever and fix little scuffs in the wall. So it's kind of like little minor projects which I'm gonna try and keep myself busy with.
Yeah, I found that the most. I mean, Jenna's been bored with that, but then I can spend 7 hours just investigating, learning about this smart stuff, and you can do the same. Like, learn about how to, build
Well,
a shelf.
I have to borrow a lot of equipment from Dad because a lot of these things are like, oh, you gotta fucking drill holes and shit, which is like,
It's one of the best things ever. Have you ever drilled a hole? Holy fuck, is it
dude,
fun?
it is so satisfying. I am a man because I use power tools.
Well, I had to drill a hole in concrete. I haven't had to do that before, and that it's a lot harder than you think.
Don't you have to go very slow and like steady?
Yeah, you do, but then at one point you have to put a lot of pressure and slowly and build up the like. So basically, you have to like, yeah. I was too ginger at the start when I first started drilling the holes. I was too ginger. I was like,
manly.
yeah, I was like, oh, I don't want to ruin anything. And no, I went and ran along. Guys like, yeah, you should just put your back into it. And I was like, well, here we go. And I was drilling it. And then once it gets going into the concrete, some of the drill bits they make concrete look like butter, baby.
Like a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a big buttery bitch.
But yeah, the projects are fun. They use up a lot of time. And they're awesome.
Cool. Yeah. So before we wrap up, we have one more thing I'd like to talk about.
Oh,
And I think you know the subject matter because we talk about it all the time.
yeah, let's do it.
It's Star Wars, man. Also because Janet was on last time and she was like, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
I was like, "Don't ruin this for me. This is all I care about." Besides, my family, loved ones, whatever.
Of course, yeah.
But the reason I want to bring it up is the Clone Wars. Have you watched that show?
No, I haven't watched I haven't watched the most recent season.
But you have watched the rest of it.
I have.
Okay, so I wasn't sure on that whether you had watched it or not. I somehow was able to get someone else's Disney Plus password, so I did watch it. Have you seen The Mandalorian, by the way?
I'm on episode 6 of The Mandalorian.
He's starting to watch it. Is Jenna watching it, or is it just you?
No, it's just me. I tried to get her to watch it. Okay, so funny story. I'll tell you a quick tangent. A mutual female friend of ours had contacted Jenna and said, "Well, what's Lucas like? How are you guys doing?" And at that exact moment when she messaged her, I was watching an episode of The Mandalorian. So Jenna said, "Lucas is watching the Star Wars show," to this girl. And this girl's like, "Are you watching it with him?" She said, "No." She's like, "If anything, just watch it for the baby Yoda." That's all she said. So Jenna
and
came
she
over.
spoiled it for you?
No. Like I knew I was on episode like 4 or something.
Oh,
then,
okay.
So I'd already met him, and I knew from the memes that he was going to be. The internet.
Oh, you'd already seen the memes, Abby. The memes, so good.
So Jenna just joined me. She's like, "Has the baby Yoda come on yet?" And I was like, "What the fuck? How do you know about the baby Yoda? Like, what's going on?" And she's like, "Well, I was like, well, we'll probably be back in a couple of scenes here." So she's like, as soon as the baby Yoda come on, she's like, "Oh, he's so cute." I was like, "Yeah, he is. He's awesome, right? The show is great." And she's like, "Cool," and got up and left.
Fucking why? Because it's not Modern Family or fucking The Office.
It wasn't her idea. There you go.
Oh, well. Yeah, that's fair. It wasn't her idea. But, yeah, I mean, well, you watched episode 6. That means you've seen Bill Burr.
Yes, I have seen Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's in that fucking show. Yeah. That's wild, isn't it?
It was
He's in
wild.
a lot of shit now.
I love it.
It's
funny because he's just Bill Burr in Star Wars.
He is. He's just the fucking same guy. He's just in Star Wars.
Yeah, they gave him a character name, but I'm like, you could have just called him Bill.
You could call him Bill. Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good episode. It was really well done. And then they're coming out with this documentary series about it right now. Like it's coming out weekly. And it shows that the Baby Yoda is an animatronic puppet.
Cool.
And apparently it cost them like $1 million to make this, because it's a very complicated animatronics.
Right.
And of course they had to do a lot of research and stuff and science and development and whatever. But yeah, really good show. Like I really enjoyed it. But the Clone Wars final season, it's a really nice kind of send off because it overlaps with episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
A little bit. And it's probably the best cinematic season of the show. There's 4 episodes which are absolute crap. Right in the middle. So the first 4 episodes are pretty good. They're like average. Middle 4 episodes are like, why is this here? Because it's a total tangent. New characters are introduced. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
And the final 4 is magnum opus level shit. It's so good.
Oh, wow.
Like the last 4 episodes are so fucking good. It could have been a movie, to be honest. I think that's how well it's done. But yeah, really good. Really enjoyed it. Really good, finale ending.
Yeah.
Send off to this show. And if anyone hasn't watched the Clone Wars show, it starts off a little bit janky. Kind of looks like it's for kids, but it matures pretty quickly.
Yeah, they get some dark themes in there too. There's
got dark people dying left and right. Like people get decapitated in some cases
constantly.
So it's not just made for kids. It looks a little bit like a kiddie show, but sometimes the writing and the themes are a bit adult as well. So
yeah, exactly.
That's my Star Wars input for the day. Basically, just watch that show.
That's our bit. That's our bit. Exactly. Just watch it. Just watch it.
Did you get Disney Plus, or are you just accessing The Mandalorian some other way?
No, we have Disney Plus here.
Oh, was your roommate was going to get it, wasn't she?
Yeah, so she got it, and we've been watching the Marvel movies in order. So we just watched Doctor Strange. Excuse me.
You're pretty far in there then.
Yeah, we're 14 movies in almost. Yeah, 13
Jesus,
movies
yeah,
in.
that's a lot.
So yeah, so we've been doing those. The only ones that are not on there are the Spider-Mans. So I had to acquire them another way.
Oh, the new Spider-Mans aren't on there, huh?
No, the ones with Tom Holland are not on Disney Plus.
Weird.
On our end, and then maybe they are in Canada, but
Oh, I think it's probably because Sony still owns the distribution rights for it.
Probably.
So Disney's like pretty boned in that regard.
Exactly. Just gotta wait for Disney to just buy.
Just
Sony.
buy them. Yeah. That's what I was surprised when I got this password from someone to go on Disney Plus. I started scrolling. I was like, Disney owns so much shit. Like, there's like X-Men on there, and there's all this
Yeah.
other stuff. Like,
'Cause
The
they bought all of
Simpsons is on
Fox.
there.
Yeah, they bought
Fucking
Fox.
like full seasons of Simpsons. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I know.
It's
So I actually read a
insane.
post on Change My View the other day. It was saying that if we don't stop Disney soon, they're just going to own culture at some point.
Yeah, they are. Because it's like Marvel and Star Wars already is unbelievable. Like, that's
They're
already
huge.
so much. And then you
Exactly.
have all the other stuff that they're taking care of. And their own original stuff, too, which
That's
are like
it.
classic animation, family-friendly movies. Sarah and I watched that new movie Onward.
Is it
That
good?
new release. It's actually good. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's got a lot of funny moments in it that are, you can tell they wrote them in for the adults that would be watching with their kids.
Right.
And
As
you're
they
like,
usually do.
Yeah. It's kind of like the movie is like one big Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh, interesting.
That's not the actual concept. It's like they're in a fantasy world. And yeah, I don't want to give away anything. But yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
we'll
show.
watch it. We'll probably
Good
watch
movie.
it. We watched On the Basis of Sex. Have you seen that? It's a movie about Ruth Ginsburg. Ruth, I can't remember her maiden name.
Ruth
but her,
Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, thank you. And how her early lawyer career and working for women's rights within the courts.
I remember. I think I saw a trailer for that.
It was very good. And Felicity Jones, the English actress, she plays her. She
Yeah.
does a very good job. And it's
Yeah.
it's a very
Just
I
to tie it
enjoyed
back to Star Wars, she was in Rogue One. But
obviously.
carry on.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the other thing I was gonna bring? What else? Shit. Oh, Ozark. Do you watch Ozark? That's what I was gonna ask.
It is on my watch list. However,
Okay.
I'm currently going through Community once more
Oh, I see.
because Community was added to Netflix, and it's been since high school is when I last watched that, or college, I guess it would be whenever the final season came. I didn't watch the final season actually, so
I only got to like
working my
season
way
4
up.
and stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, because season 5, the opening of that, they call it the repilot
Okay.
because I think they had a long gap between season 4 and 5. Can't remember. So that may have been when I dropped off, or I may have dropped off during season 5.
Got
I
it.
just know at one point season 6 was like really just hanging in the balance, just wasn't. And then I don't think I ever watched it.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I can't remember when. I think it was the second paintball episode that I didn't watch it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I was like, all right, this is it.
Yeah, so
done.
I'm basically doing a refresher on that. Yeah, then I got to go through things like Ozark, and I got a lot of stuff on Amazon Prime now
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
because I'm leeching off of Dad's Amazon Prime. It's just too much. It's too much content. There's too much content.
Especially when you're replaying Mass Effect games.
Yeah, that's true. However, I think it's easier for the Mass Effect stuff because I kind of know those games so well. I am such an avid fan.
Yeah.
That I can kind of breeze through them pretty quick. But yeah, I still can't bring myself to play Mass Effect Andromeda, which is the sequel, because I've heard so many bad things about it. I got it for free because I did a play test for EA, and they give you 1 free or 2 free games, and I got it as one of my free games. And I haven't gotten past the first few missions because it just doesn't feel the same. It just feels like a sci-fi shooter. It just doesn't feel like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah, I
can't
know
really,
what you mean.
I can't really get into. Did you play that game?
Andromeda? No, I think I also why did I not play it? Oh, I had the opportunity to buy it on special or on sale, and I didn't because I was like, oh no,
Well, I've got it for free and I haven't
Yeah.
even played it, so that can tell you
Yeah,
enough. Like
that's it.
it's so different from the original. I think it was because it was made by a different studio. Like it was still
Yeah.
BioWare, but it was like a different BioWare studio. So it wasn't like the original crew was involved. So it kind of just it feels so different,
Right.
like a weird imitation. Like Star Wars 9, Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, I'm not going to bring it up again.
It's on Disney Plus now, so you can really
I
watch it
know.
to make sure that you know you're.
I think I
right.
will have to because the last time I saw it was in theaters and I was still in my like rage fest mode.
Right.
My second viewing, I did forgive it a little bit because I was like, it's a fun movie. It was just like the overarching story. I was just like, this is just so not good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
Yeah, I think
we've
it's a
talked
good way
about
to. Yeah, it's a good way to.
we've talked about a
wrap
lot.
it
We've
up.
talked about enough Star Wars for one day,
I think we're all good for now. Absolutely.
and our audio is about to cut off again.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
Hangouts is gonna like fuck you, suck a dick.
We're almost at our next 30-minute mark. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Tim, on this
Yeah.
late night, early afternoon call.
Thank you for joining me.
No, I'm just glad we got it organized this weekend. It was just so funny. Like,
Yeah, I've been pretty flaky the last few weeks, so
it's all good. I know how you feel.
it's not just you; it's everything in my life.
Well, if you ever need to reach out and have a podcast, you let me know, and I'll
I
get
will.
someone to meet with you.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for everybody else listening to our conversation. The 4 or 5 people who still listen to this. Hey, Mom and Dad. Nice.
Yeah, our updates, our update calls, which are actually just recorded
Yeah.
and posted
Exactly.
online for everyone to hear.
Because there is some funny parts. I think I marked a couple of funny parts, but
Big buttery bitch.
I called him a bastard, and everyone else who still listens and shares this, and we appreciate you. So we want to thank you for being here.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good week, Tim. Hope you get your project started.
Yeah, me too. I really hope so.
And you can always find us on the Wonder Boys podcast at wonderboys.ca. You can search Wonder Boys podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Look us up on social media because all of our pages have been taken down for inactivity. And and yeah, thanks again for listening.
Yeah. Bye.
Hello, good morning, how you doing? Waking up, shaking yesterday's blues, yeah. Turn the TV off, it's bad news, man. Feeling fresh like a Ziploc new man. OJ with a champagne tuna. Mimosa Holy Ghost running through ya. Hell yeah, it's a new hallelujah. Popping like the top off a bottle and I ain't stopping, yeah. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life gonna start today. Calling up the ocean, this is evolution. Can I grow into another animal, the next level? I'm sprouting wings and I just wanna sing. In the future, now the past can't harm me. Forget about yesterday, Paul McCartney. I'm feeling like a Beatle on stage, and the whole wide world's gonna know my name. Baby, it's a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life gonna start today. Ladies and gentlemen, this part right here is very simple.